So today I want to talk a little bit about trusting the process. So about 6 months into being single, I started to worry. I started to worry that I would never find my person, or I would grow old single. I'd grow old lonely. To me, it was like a death sentence. I started to miss things. I started to wonder, who would I ride my motorcycle with? Who would I go four-wheeling with? Who would I cuddle with at night? Who would listen to my bad jokes? I'd never been single for long, so for me, I panicked. And because I let panic drive me, I let people into my life that, had I not been moving in a place of panic, I probably would have never glanced at. But once I started to spend time with myself and started trusting the process, and I'm not talking about resigning to the fact that I would be single for the rest of my life, but more of a grounded surrender of just letting life unfold instead of forcing it. I have always been I have to control the outcome. I have to control what happens in my life kind of person. So instead of being afraid of spending time in thought and silence, I started to look at it as spending time with myself and loving myself. It was a time for me to really get to know who I am and what I want in all areas of life. Because it's not just about men and being in a relationship, folks. And that took me a minute to learn. So spending time with myself gave me a chance to process the detours, the wrong ends, the dead ends. And what I realized is every single thing that has happened to me throughout my life has landed me right here. And I got to tell you, right here is not a bad place to be at all. I have an amazing career. I'm financially independent. I'm a published author. I have amazing friends and such supportive family members. And I have too many hobbies to even mention. In fact, there isn't one thing that I have not wanted to do in my life so far that I haven't done or accomplished. I've learned to love my life how it is and not how I think it should be. And again, that's not settling. That's appreciating. That's appreciation at its finest. I finally learned that timing isn't always convenient, but it's always right. And God did not bring me here to leave me, but rather to teach me. You see, we have to understand that sometimes the worst chapters in our lives become the most meaningful. The struggle that nearly breaks us is the story that inspires others. And that's a big lesson I've learned. So this is my advice. Breathe and know that delays are not denials, right? Endings are not punishment, but redirection towards something greater. Something that better aligns with who you're becoming now that you've learned more about yourself because you've spent that time alone in that silence. Trust the timing. And you have to trust the lessons, even when it doesn't make sense to you right now. You have to trust the lessons. And remember, life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. So if you find yourself newly single, lean into it. Take the time. Pick up hobbies, because even when you meet your person, you have to give each other space. So you're going to need those hobbies, and don't lose yourself in that person once you meet them. Again, always keep something for yourself, right? So life is a blessing, and I feel like sometimes we take for granted what God has given us, what we're blessed with, what we've given ourselves. You know, I don't see in the mirror what everyone else sees when they look at me. And we need to give ourselves grace, man. More grace. We're all beautiful in our own way. Just anyway.